guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to make a video about a topic that I've seen talked about a little bit but not very much, and it's some top fears you have as a new parent. These were some of my fears that I had before I became a mama and right when I became a mama. A lot of ideas and feelings and the way you think just all kinds of it gets really warped all of a sudden, and you don't think straight, and sometimes it just takes experience and friends and family to help you gather your thoughts and to know what you're doing. And it ultimately takes time to become a confident mama. It takes things to happen to become a confident parent. So I'm going to talk about the top 10 fears that I had as a new mom. If you see me looking down, it's because I have them written down so I don't forget anything. But I'm going to start at number 10 being the lowest and 1 being the highest. So number 10 was the first night at home without any help. So luckily the first 2 weeks, the first week I had my mom with me, and the second week I had my mother-in-law with me. Great help. Loved it. I had so many visitors, so much help during the day, but when it came to nighttime, those were the two people who really helped me besides my husband, which my husband did have to go to work in the morning. He only had like 3 days off or something crazy. So they were a huge help. And of course, we had visitors during the day who would hold her while I showered or bring me food or whatever. So the week that I finally had by myself, I was so scared. I sobbed and I didn't sleep, I didn't eat. I was so nervous that I'm responsible for this little human being by myself now, but ultimately in the grand scheme of things, it was fine. Number 9, the day my husband went back to work, I'd had him with me that whole week. He had 3 days off to be at home with us, but those other 2 days were with me in the hospital. So that following Monday when he went back to work, you would have thought the world was ending. I mean, he is my rock and I rely on him and I needed him, and I was going through so much mentally and emotionally that he was just a huge help. So that really took a toll on me, but in the grand scheme of things, it was fine. Number 8, giving the first bath. So at the hospital, the nurses make it look so easy. So easy. They do everything with such grace and they move and the baby looks so calm once they get to the hair. And I was like, oh no, I've never given a baby a bath. So I start YouTubing how to give baby a bath because I did not want to do anything wrong. I was so scared. So her first bath was, I can't remember if it was my mom or it was my husband. He was holding her while I scrubbed her head and her body, and of course using a rag so I didn't get her umbilical cord wet. And we were like both so sore from like being so tense and holding this baby, and just we were so nervous. But now we do it like a pro. She's in and out. Allergic reaction. So this actually did happen with milk protein. We ultimately found out that she was allergic. She had a lot of health problems in the beginning, really bad body rashes all over, constant nose running, sneezing, and just it wasn't a good time for anybody. And ultimately we got her tested and she does have a milk protein allergy, which she's kind of growing out of. She's 10 months now and I've seen some progress. I've been trying to give her little things here and there and she's not reacting, so fingers crossed that this is gonna knock itself out by the time she's 12 months so we can have some yummy dairy birthday cake. Number 6 was SIDS. So this is a really sad topic and I feel so much pain and sorrow for the mothers who have experienced this. My heart goes out to you and I'm so sorry. But yes, it did scare me, and I know every mom has that in the back of their mind when they're so young. We really tried hard to practice safe sleeping. I'm not knocking co-sleeping, but I was just too scared personally. I had her in my room, but she was in her rock and play because she was upright because she had acid reflux, which I won't go into that. But she needed to be upright a little bit and it rocked and she just needed that extra motion, so we gave it to her. We needed rest, she needed rest. So Yeah, we did safe sleeping, sleep sacks always. She was never swaddled because she maneuvered her way out of it. So we didn't really use the blankets unless she was in the car seat and we were going somewhere. And she was born in August, so a few months in it started getting cold. But we were still terrified when she was out of our care and out of our hands and out of our sight, that just something tragic would happen. And I'm so thankful that it didn't. It's still a slight possibility, but we're out of the blue for that. We're out of the woods for that. I think that's the saying, not out of the blue. My bad. But yeah, that was a fear of mine. Clipping the fingernails is number 5. I know I've talked to a lot of moms who get so nervous about clipping their baby's nails for the first time. I remember talking to this one mama friend, and she was telling me how it's her nanny's responsibility to do it, that she just doesn't want to do it, which I think that's hilarious. Don't say anything negative. I mean, if you knew her, you know it's coming from a good place. She's an amazing mama. And I just totally agreed with that. I'm like, dang, I'll give my nanny extra $5 to clip her nails. But no, I clip her nails. It became super easy and natural after the first couple of times. It's gotten a little harder now that she's squirmy, wormy, moving, full of personality, but we still get it done. The umbilical cord. So I remember vividly looking at that thing like, please fall off, please fall off. I don't want to deal with it. I'm afraid to get it wet. What's it supposed to look like? Why is there stuff coming out of it? Googling constantly, and it wasn't a big deal at all. And I made it a huge deal when it fell off. With the day that it fell off, it just kind of plopped off on the changing table while I was changing her diaper. And I called my mom sobbing, please come over, Olivia's cord fell off. And she was like, I'll be right there. My poor mom, I called her for everything, but that's what moms are for, right? She's an amazing mama herself. That's where I get it from. I'm just kidding. But yeah, she was so helpful, and she came over and she looked at it and she was like, she's fine, that's normal, that's natural, it's okay. There was some stuff coming out of it, but it was just cleaning itself. It wasn't infected or anything. It was natural. It was just me overreacting and having a fear. Number 3 was the poop color. I've seen so many people talk about poop color as a parent, and they have Pinterest diagrams of what poop is supposed to look like based on what you feed them, and crazy, right? Luckily we have access to those resources now. But yeah, the first time I took her into the doctor, I made them look at her poop and examine her poop, and they're like, Amanda, it's fine, it's normal, it's how it's supposed to look. And everything is just so nerve-wracking as a new mom, or a mom period. I mean, we don't want anything bad to happen to our babies, so we get worried. And as a new mom especially, you just don't know. So like I said, it takes time and experience to know these things, and I learned my lesson pretty quickly with all the co-pays I built up bugging my doctor, but she gets paid big bucks for that, so it's okay. Number two was kind of my own insecurities, but it was being judged as a bad mom, or just being judged period with my daughter. I mean, I chose not to go the breastfeeding route, and I was afraid of being judged. I chose not to have her sleep in my bed, and I was afraid of being judged. I chose to sleep train her. I was afraid of being judged. But ultimately, everything that I did was out of love for my daughter, so I can't say anything I did was out of a bad place. So I had no reason to be fearful of that. It's just something that I struggled with postpartum, and my anxiety and depression flaring up from all the hormones, and it was just unnecessary. I wasn't being judged, and even if I am, whatever. Olivia is amazing. Number 1, sorry, my husband just walked through. Number 1 was everything. Everything made me scared. Everything made me nervous. I was fearful of everything. And that sounds really weird to say out loud, but I was. From the poop, to how much she ate, to how long she slept, to where she slept, to what she wore, to what people thought of me, to how she would turn out to be, all of those things, how me and my husband's relationship would work through having a brand new child and us being newly married. It was just so much fear consuming you, but it does take time to realize that everything is going to be okay. And it takes your family and your friends and a lot of support to make you realize that everything is going to be okay and not everything is going to turn out negatively or hurt your child in any way. I think for the most part things turn out to be fine. I know there are some cases where that's not the case, and my heart goes out to you. I couldn't imagine, and I'm so sorry. But I am thankful for my healthy daughter and how beautiful she is and the amazing support system that I do have. So all of these fears were put to rest, and I'm really thankful for that. If you have any fears similar to me or you're going through something, please reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you and be there for you and support you in any way I can. I'm always there for mamas, and I try my best with advice, but I'm still learning. So yeah, I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.